It is that important of a word. And I'm not talking about a dream you have at night. To me, that's not a real dream. A real dream is having a positive thought in your head, having it in your heart, and doing whatever it takes to make it come true. That's a dream. And everybody out here should have a dream. You're never too young to have one. Most importantly, there's no expiration dates on dreams. Here's another thought. If you have a dream, and for whatever reason it doesn't work out, never stop dreaming. That's the solution. Get a new dream. My dream was always to play successfully on the PGA Tour. In 1974, I had an accident which left me paralyzed from the waist down. So, I can't move my legs. I can't even feel my legs. I also found there were a lot of other things that I couldn't do. But there's no way I was giving up playing golf. I just didn't want to live my life without having golf in it. Back then, in 1974, almost every single person I met said it would be impossible for me to play golf because I couldn't stand up. Guess what? They were right. They were. So I started hitting golf balls sitting down. First thing I tried was hitting out of my wheelchair. This was great for the practice tee. And I got where I could actually hit the ball, but I couldn't play. I couldn't play golf because I couldn't push the wheelchair. I couldn't push the wheelchair all the way around the course. Well, I then progressed to this swivel seat. And here's how it works. More technical problem. Here's how it works. I'm on the first tee here at Tidewater. I'm going to hit my opening tee shot. My opening drive is going to go like this. Right down the middle. My seat is then going to swing back around. It's going to face forward. I'm going to drive off and hit the next one. And the one after that. That's how I got back on the course. And for 35 years and over 3,000 performances, I've told this story. I've encouraged others to reach for their dreams, strive for excellence, and do something they didn't think they could. So yes, our show is about hitting great shots. It is about having fun, but there's a point to it. And the point is this: if I can do this, something almost every single person said would be impossible to do, then I'm here to challenge each person out here to do something in your life that perhaps you think is impossible. For I found that with hard work, dedication, perseverance, you can achieve success at anything. So never let anyone tell you that you can't do something or that your dream is impossible. For if you are willing to pay the price, every single one of you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to do. And accomplishing goals, achieving dreams, and growing the game of golf is exactly what my program with the First Tee is all about. The First Tee is an international youth development organization whose mission is to positively impact the lives of young people. What a great mission to have. They do this by providing learning facilities and educational programs that promote character development, life-enhancing values, and healthy life choices through the game of golf. I love this concept, learning about life through golf. Here's how it works. The First Tee has 9 core values. One of them is honesty. Young people are taught how to be honest on the golf course because golf is unlike every other sport. You have to keep your own score. You have to be the referee. You have to call penalties on yourself. In this way, young people learn how to be an honest person on the golf course. It's then translated through all other aspects of their lives, and they become experts in honesty. If you know a young person in the area, there is a chapter, I believe, in Myrtle Beach. There's one in Brunswick County, not too far from here. We have some folks here, right? Brunswick County?
No.
Grand Strand. Okay, so we have some folks here from the Grand Strand. What is your name?
Veronica.
Veronica, if anyone is interested in the first tee, a young person, little or no cost involved, right here. See Veronica. You can also visit thefirsttee.org. Grown-ups, we're looking for a great grassroots charity to support. Any donation of time, effort, or money goes right here to help the kids in your chapter. So I think it's a great program. I'm very proud to be a national ambassador for the First Tee. And I'll tell you, we go to 35 chapters a year or so. We see great results. It's a great program. And if you'd like to support something fantastic, great place to spend your time.
Dennis, there is a chapter here in North Myrtle Beach also.
Terrific.
So if
Beautiful.
anybody wants to volunteer as a coach, it is available to them.
Yes, sir. Wonderful. Wonderful way to mentor young people and have a great time doing it. And there's so many wonderful reasons to be out here swinging a golf club, just being out here on a beautiful day like this. Fresh air, sunshine, you're with your friends, and you'll make some new friends, lifelong friends. You can also, every person out here needs golf needs recreation in their lives. If golf is for you, golf is not for everybody, but if it's for you, it's something special, something you can do your entire life. It's played in a nature-friendly environment with birds, squirrels, trees. I like that. You can learn a lot from golf. A lot of the things I learned playing golf helped me to overcome this problem that I had to deal with. If you're a golfer, you have to learn such things as perseverance. Golf teaches this big time. It's also one of the 9 core values of the First Tee. So, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to think about, and there's a lot to talk about. But here's the reason you should come out to Tidewater or any other golf course that you happen to play. The main reason to get out here is because golf can be a lot of fun. Now on to the fun part of the show. Here's another question you might have. We know that Mr. Bucky can tee a ball up. We also know that Asher's good at it too. What happens if he's busy and the dog doesn't want to do it? Well, here's a little gizmo I came up with many, many years ago. It's a tee here. And now, I have a ball. The next question is, how do I get the ball on a tee? Giant chopsticks. Okay. So now I'm ready to go. Actually, about 36 years ago, a guy named Light Horse Harry Cooper gave me that. Probably the best player that did not win a major. But he won about 30-some PGA Tour events. And that was a big breakthrough for me, because it allowed me to practice by myself. Now, the first 17 years I did this with my dad. And I would bet you my dad probably teed up well over 1 million golf balls for me. He never once said, "That's enough. I don't want to do this anymore, forget it." So there were a lot of times when I just wanted to go by myself and work things out. So I was really lucky to get this. And by the way, I haven't lost a tee in 14 years. Every place we go, every single golfer I meet wants to hit the ball farther.
We think Dennis is the only man in America working on this shot.
The short drive. Now, if you're going to hit him short,
You gotta hit him straight.
we're lucky. We appear at about 20 professional events every year, just like the PGA Championship. We see the very best golfers in the whole world working on this shot. At Kiawah Island, we saw Vijay Singh practicing. Whoa, there's a news flash. And while I'm mentioning the PGA Championship, I saw Mr. Ron Schmidt in the crowd here today. Where's Ron? He was here. He's also in charge of the Carolinas PGA. Great guy. So we saw Vijay Singh practicing, hitting a very important shot, one that goes 100 yards. Asher, what club was he using for 100 yards?
I think he was using a stand wedge.
Perfectly fine. There's not a thing wrong with that. What club do you use for 100 yards?
I have to use a pitching wedge.
Again, there's nothing, it's perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that, because there's not a scorecard in the world that actually cares which club you use. For example, when I get 100 yards in the pin, I pull out a very unusual club for a 100-yard shot. It's one of my favorites. It's a 3-iron. It's a very special 3-iron. Now, the beautiful thing about my 3-iron is I don't care if the wind's blowing. I live in Florida. I went to school in Texas. I'm very familiar with the wind, and I know that it's not going to bother me as long as I have this club. Because I'm going to hit a low, I'm going to hit a medium, I'm going to hit a high shot, all at the same time.
What else is interesting about that club, Dennis?
I am so glad you asked. Let's say you're a golfer that wants to improve. And improving your golf is probably one of the coolest things about the game. Everyone can improve. Okay, so you have your 3-iron purchased right here at Tidewater. You want to improve? Stay with me on this one. You're going to hit 3 balls at one time. This way your game will improve. You'll be done practicing a lot sooner. All right, here we go. Low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. I love that machine. You notice I have the low-tech sign for the dog, but the high-tech machine for myself. Raise your hand out there if you like to fish. What a great area for fishing this is. Who likes to fish out there? One person. Asher, tell them what we like to fish for, these non-fisher persons.
Fish.
That's right, we like to catch anything. I like to fish so much, I made a golf club out of one of my fishing rods. I took the reel off. I put a golf club at the end. To a guy like me, this sounded like a great idea. Here I thought I could revolutionize 2 sports at the same time.
He made one minor miscalculation.
Shaft flex. You have to have a lot of flex to throw the lure out to catch the fish. So we know it was good for fishing. Would it be good for golf? 2 things to remember here. First of all, take some lessons from your PGA or LPGA professional. Develop a good swing, because with a good swing, I'll bet you can hit good shots with almost anything. Second of all, don't throw anything away. You never know what's going to make a really nice golf club. I'll take it. Golf clubs today are much larger. This club head is 460 cc's. I've never seen 1 cc, but I guess this is 460 of them. Every one of you out there should have a golf club this size. Asher Grog, do you have any advice for those folks with the big golf clubs?
If you've got one of these big drivers, you're going to need a big tee as well.
That's right, use a big tee, like me. Now, a few years ago, the United States Golf Association ruled you could not use a tee higher than 4 inches. There's the 4-inch tee. United States Golf Association makes the rules that we play by. They conduct 13 national championships like the U.S. Open. They're the guardians of the game. So they ruled you could not use a tee higher than 4 inches. Okay, I know for a fact, I got it. I can't use the big tee on the course when I play. But Asher, how in the world are we still able to use this big tee in our show?
Well, after a massive letter writing and email campaign by our fans, the USGA finally allowed us to use this in our show.
Nice. Who spearheaded that effort?
That'd be me.
Another interesting fact from Asher Grog. Give him a big hand for that effort. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
What's interesting is I haven't been paid for that yet.
As I recall, for being in this show, I pay him weekly.
Yeah, very weekly.
All right. It's still early here, but I think all of you here at Tidewater are getting the idea, and I think you know the gist of this show by now. We're definitely consists of great shots and bad jokes. Probably way too many bad jokes. Just got to have the right size tees and club. Next question, Tidewater folks, what about a bigger tee?
I've got a question. How about a bigger driver? Look at this thing. It's almost as big as my head, Dennis. Almost.
1,000 cc's.